Let me ask you, what would you do if your best friend threw you under the bus? We all know that saying, don't judge someone until you walk a mile in their moccasins. And sometimes that's a bit easier said than done. When someone has power and influence, it can be very hard for them to trust that the people around them genuinely like them rather than what you can do for them, right? But what about from the other side? What happens when your best friend suddenly has power, money, and influence, and you realize that who you thought your friend was is very different than the person who's showing up in front of you now? What happens when all that money, that power, and influence reveal the truth of who your friend truly is, and it's not pretty? Stephanie Winston Wolkoff is the author of a book called Melania and Me. It's a book that got hammered by Trump supporters. In fact, it's the very first question I asked Stephanie in a hard hitting, heart and soul revealing interview I did. You see, this woman, Stephanie, was accused of stealing millions from the inaugural ball fund that she was tasked with putting together. So when I asked her, why would anyone record a conversation with their friend? The answer was not what you would expect. I promise you, it's fascinating. This is far from an interview with some political reality TV show. It's not that at all. This is a deep, revealing, and insightful look inside my guest, Stephanie Winston Wolkoff, but it's also a deeply revealing look inside of her best friend, Melania Trump, and what's going on behind that mask of mystery. We spoke about the powerful dilemma of trying to separate politics from ethics. I bluntly asked her, is the Trump family a crime family or is it something else? I asked her, what is really the truth about the First Lady's commitment to children? We talked about Ivanka and Jared and who they really are when nobody's looking. This is a riveting and totally raw interview with a woman it's easy to judge. And if you do that, it's okay. But if you listen, by the time it's over, by the time you've listened to that interview, your mind and your heart, well, they may have taken a turn towards the light. Now you can hear these delicious 4-part series on wherever you normally listen to podcasts. Just simply search Curiosity Bites and you'll see the podcast come up there. If it doesn't come up the top, it's just the way the server works. Look for this particular episode called Melania and Me with Stephanie Winston Wolkoff. It is absolutely fantastic. And if you can't find it there, just go to dovebaron.com and then click on Curiosity Bites. By the way, P.S., we will also discuss who the most dangerous person in the administration was. And guess what? It wasn't Steve Bannon. Got to tune in. It is fantastic, deeply revealing. I'm excited to share it with you. Stephanie Winston Wolkoff, Melania and Me on Curiosity Bites. See you there. Stay curious, my friends. Stay curious.